Hi guys, welcome back. The title kind of speaks for itself, but I clean for free for people in need, and here's what a week in my life actually looks like. We're starting off in Leicester because that is where I am from. I'm going home for one night only to see my family, but also to pack up my bedroom because my dad is selling his house. I haven't lived here in quite a few years, but oh, it was painful. I actually ended up taking most of my stuff to the tip because it was just too painful to go through. Speaking of pain, my top tip is never look at the listing for your childhood home. It will break you. But whoever said distraction is the best medicine is on the right path, because within a few hours of getting back to London, I was back on the train on my way to Milton Keynes to do this free clean. It was for a disabled woman and her teenage son, and they both struggle a lot with their mental health. I'm not going to show you too much of it because there is a full cleaning vlog from this property that is coming next week. But yeah, a lot happened. There was a little bit of drama with the waste removal people, but all in all, a really good clean. And I gotta say, it really did fly by. Before I knew it, it was time to go back to London.
Finished the clean, and where are you going now?
Breakfast. We have just finished the clean.
How long was the clean?
3 days.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have breakfast at our hotel, then check out, then we are going to London because I have an event. And I'm very excited about it. I'm a bit tired, but I'm hoping breakfast and a coffee is gonna wake me up. New lease of life, then we go back to London. Oh, and then I get to go to my event, which I'm very excited about. Yay! We're still packing, that's why it looks a bit manic at the moment. It's gonna be tough to hold everything and get on the train. I'm gonna add this to a long list of reasons as to why me or Harry need to learn to drive and need to be able to buy a car, because it's not for the weak, guys. These suitcases are not light, they are heavy. We're back in London. Okay, I am ready. Oh, my hair is very greasy and my jeans are very creased and my bedroom is an absolute mess. And I spilled bronzer on my carpet, but we'll sort that later. We're about to go. And these trousers, I know I'm losing weight because they are so much looser. You can still see my little belly button. I'm on a weight loss journey at the moment, so I've got to just keep making sure. Oh, and Panda's here as well for emotional support. Aren't you, baby? Oh, he's going. I need to find my lip liner. Right, watch on, headphones gotten, power bank acquired, water sipped. Okay, we're ready. I realised as I'm editing this that the last time you saw my rented flat, it looked like this. Harry and I moved in a year ago and we knew it was going to be quite a bit of work, so every single spare moment I've gotten in between free cleans has been slowly but surely redecorating this flat and making it our home. I've DIY'd literally everything, including this bedroom, which used to be bright yellow, and I recorded the whole process from start to finish so I can show you guys. That's going to be in this video just after I show you what I got up to at my event. Also, you can thank Harry for how silly this footage is. He cycled with me to my event and dropped me off there. How nice is that? So the reason I had to rush back to London is because Ariel invited me to their event. That feels so surreal to say, but it's true. Ariel have released The Big One, which is their new laundry pod with 2x stain and odor removal and a built-in pre-treat. The performance of one The Big One pod equals 2 Ariel original 3-in-1 pods. And at this event, we were encouraged to put The Big One to the test. We were all given a brand new white t-shirt, plus some paintbrushes and a paint palette, which was filled with the worst stain culprits that Ariel could find. I'm talking ketchup, barbecue sauce, mayonnaise, mascara, makeup, you name it. Then we were told to use this palette of stain culprits to paint a design onto our brand new t-shirt. I just started drawing the first things that came to mind, which was a rocket ship, a girl, and the words 11 minutes. Then we cut the t-shirts in half and popped one half into a washing machine with one pod pod of Ariel's The Big One. And I gotta say, I was very impressed because 130-degree 90-minute wash later, and look at the shirt. The mascara, gone. The barbecue sauce, gone. Our unnamed woman and her rocket ship were also tragically gone. It was as if the stains were never there. Safe to say the Big One pods were super powerful. But it didn't stop there. Ariel also demonstrated how effective they were by cleaning an entire stinky stained gym kit that was still zipped up inside the bag. Not only did the gym kit come out looking super white and clean, it also smelled amazing too. I had such a lovely time at this event. Thank you so much, Ariel, for inviting me and for sponsoring this part of the video. Okay, time for my yellow bedroom transformation tutorial, whatever you want to call this. For anyone who doesn't know the situation, Harry and I have rented a one-bedroom council flat in London. Now, this place has definitely seen better days. A lot of it is quite outdated. The walls are all wallpapered, but there's no plaster under the wallpaper, and that wallpaper's lifting and tearing. The walls aren't straight, there's holes in the subflooring, you get the idea. Other than all of what I've just said, it's a really well-built flat. It's just very outdated and needs a lot of love. And obviously, I am more than willing to give it some love, but I don't own this property, I'm just renting it, so we're gonna do the renter-friendly alternative. Everything you're about to see is DIY, and no, I'm not an expert, so I'll probably do a lot of stuff wrong, but go easy on me. First things first, I had a vision, guys, and this is it. I'm talking paneling, regal vibes, and a super sexy grief. But before the paneling or painting starts, we need to prep these walls. Because at this point, Harry and I had just moved in, and we were still sleeping on a mattress in the living room, and it wasn't fun. So let's start prepping. I know prep always feels like it takes forever, but if your prep's rubbish, your results are going to be rubbish too. So don't half-ass it. It's just not worth it. I started by covering all the electrical sockets with kitchen roll to protect them from the sugar soap spills whilst I cleaned the walls. Personally, I like to use a concentrated sugar soap and then I dilute it as directed myself. But I'm not a professional, so if we've not established it already, we're going to establish it now. Do not take this as a tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing. There were also leftover wall plugs from a removed TV stand, so I pulled those out, sanded the wallpaper down and filled the holes for a smooth finish. As previously mentioned, there is no plaster underneath this peeling wallpaper, and I know in an ideal world the wallpaper should be removed and new plaster should be laid down, but let's be honest, that sounds like a homeowner's job and my landlord's not gonna do it, so I'm doing a landlord special instead, doing what I can to patch this place up. There was also some signs of water damage. You can kind of see it in some of these clips at the bottom of the wallpaper. These weren't from a recent or current leak, but just for a bit of peace of mind, I've damp sealed and primed everything. I've also gone in with this cover stain. It does leave like slight little air bubbles, so it needs to be sanded down after. It dries in like 30 minutes. And then those same areas, I've gone in with my fave. You can tell she's well loved. This is the Dulux Damp Seal Primer and Undercoat, and I love this. I've also put a thin layer on top just to keep everything in place. I've put down all my tape on the ceilings across the door frame. So pretty much now we're ready to start painting. We're going for two colours. The first one is like, I know it's boring, it's like a magnolia, it's like a yellowy, creamy, bright light colour. And then we've got like a sage, mossy green colour. And the idea is gonna be to put paneling all across this wall. The paneling will be in the green, and then this creamy magnolia colour will be just right at the top. Hopefully it will look nice and it will tie together and it won't be like boring cream. Blech. If anyone's wondering why I look like this, it is literally the hottest day of the year. I'm boiling.
Bloody boiling in here.
My Irish skin feels like it's being burnt alive. It's like 30 degrees. And anyone who's like, that's not even hot, it gets really hot in da-da-da country where I live, listen, okay? I'm not used to the heat, so I'm struggling. So even though 30 degrees might be a mild, fun day for you, it's really hot for me. And we've got no aircon. I've got to say, it is so weird for me watching all this footage back, because it was literally taken this time last year. I hadn't long been doing the free cleans, I hadn't long started my social media accounts, and I had no clue what I was doing. I still don't, to be fair, but we have come a long way in the last year. It's a workout. Fun for like 2 minutes and then it's not fun. I'm out of breath. Anyway, ignore it. We've gone around all the light sockets. We've done, I think it's called edging, but Harry laughs at me every time I say it. But it's when you go around the corner of the room and you get all the bits you can't get to with a roller. We've edged everywhere. Why are you laughing? Apparently edging has another meaning. Didn't know. But I am using it correctly. That is edging. That's what we're doing now. And it's going quite well. Now, this flat was originally built in the 70s and it has had a lot of DIY work done to it over the years. I'm not entirely sure who did the DIY work, but there are a few very minor oopsies that I was trying to correct as I was going along, such as wall paint on the ceiling, on the skirting board, around the doors, hinges painted over, that kind of thing. This is what it looks like with first coat. I think the walls are looking pretty good. You can't really see the wallpaper creases anymore, which is also great. Okay, we're on to day 2 and it's officially time to start paneling. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did cheat with the paneling. I bought an MDF paneling kit from B&Q. It basically already gives you all of the paneling pieces of wood. All I had to do was prep and prime them with a wood paint primer, which I believe I got from Dulux. If I'm not mistaken, all of the paints I used in this bedroom were from Dulux. And whilst I was doing that, Harry was using his math skills and was mapping out on the wall exactly where all of the paneling was gonna go. Now again, because we're renting, I was not gonna risk drilling into this wall to nail those paneling pieces in place, so we used no more nails just to get them nicely stuck on there. And at this point it was really starting to come together, but we did run into a bit of a hurdle when we realized our walls were wonky. Main problems are, we found out over where our electrical sockets are, the wall behind it is not, it's not level. So like if you see here, you'll see that the wood, I can fit my finger underneath it. It's pretty bad. Luckily for us, it's only the lower half of the wall that's uneven and it's just in those 2 spots. We've got some little cracks and gaps in between all of the paneling, so I'm going to fill all of that in with caulk. Obviously, having wonky walls isn't ideal. What it is a homeowner's problem. And as Pitbull would say, Dale. My biggest problem at this point was my inability to saw a tiny piece of wood. I don't know why I found this so hard. I was useless, but luckily we had Harry on hand. Ah well, teamwork makes the dream work. So what we're doing right now is taking the framing piece, we're sanding it down to size, using the no more nails to adhere it to the wall, and then we're going in with wood filler to fill in the tiny cracks between the MDF panels. And I'm told it's quite normal to have these little cracks and gaps in between your paneling. Obviously ours were a bit bigger than what you would see on average just because our wall is wonky, but we moved, it still turned out really good. Also, last thing I'll say is we bought a wood filler that you could paint over very easily, so we just covered it all in green when we were done and you really couldn't tell where the seams were. And after that was done, we left it overnight to dry, and again, because it was so hot at this time in the year, it really didn't take long for this entire room to dry. Now, I don't want to tell any porcupines, but I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that we managed to get this entire room transformation done in 3.5 days, and that is also including doing all of the furniture. Side note, if you have got a big wardrobe like this that you need to drill into the back of the wall, definitely get a stud detector just to make sure you're not accidentally drilling into something important. Okay, it's finally furniture time. We got this wardrobe from IKEA. It's an IKEA Pax wardrobe, and I got the mirrors in front because I was hoping that would make the overall bedroom look a little bit bigger. Then I got this ottoman bed from Dusk, and I do really love the design, but I did think it was quite poor quality, so I wouldn't recommend it. These bedside tables were from Dunelm. There was actually a whole story behind these bedside tables. I originally didn't want these. I wanted the green ones. They were constantly out of stock because they are gorgeous. So I got these white ones just to compensate. And then literally within 2 days of having the white ones, the green ones went back in stock. So we ended up getting the green ones. And then for the next 6 months, I was pretty much flat out doing back-to-back free cleans. So we didn't actually get curtains and finish off the room until 6 months later. But this is what it looked like when it was finished. I'm overall really happy with how it turned out. But I do wish I'd finished off the paneling with decorator's caulk along the sides, because it would just make the overall effect way more flush. And I know that I could technically, you know, spend a day doing it now, but I can't be bothered. So yeah, that's the final result. If you don't like it, don't tell me, I'm fragile. Let's get back to the weekly vlog. Morning! So, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what's happened. Harry's been away for like 3 days. And every time Harry's away, I seem to get immersed in a project. I always deep clean the entire place within an inch of its life every time he's gone. Did the shower screen. I also put up like this really cute mirror, and I did put up a radiator cover for here, but it turns out that the measurements were slightly off and it wasn't tall enough. Anyway, I'm blabbing. I have gotten these 2 boxes from Scrub Daddy, and also, I'll show you, another massive box from Scrub Daddy, and I have nowhere to put them. You can see the other one behind there. They're huge. I'm so happy and so like, I think it will already be announced by the time this video comes out, but Scrub Daddy have asked me to be one of their brand ambassadors, which is... I have no words for it. I'm not gonna... I don't want to get, like, too emotional or anything. Anyway, they've sent me a bunch of stuff to help me with my free cleans. And obviously, I've got to store it somewhere. And my flat is... I love my flat so much. But it is very small. Very, very, very small. Like, you know, whenever we wash clothes, like, they're kind of just drying in the living room. This is kind of how it always looks. Oh, I feel just really lucky to have... I don't know, I just feel really lucky at the moment. I feel like I'm all over the place in this video, so sorry. The point, let me get to the point. That this is the state of the Doom room. You guys already know we have a Doom room. This is where I keep all of the cleaning products, but this is also Harry's office. So this is the condition of the Doom room. Oh, it's really humid in here for some reason. But anyway, I know it's an absolute tip. I know, I'm aware. So this right here to me is like a waste of space. Because it's so short. I'm completely out of space for my products. All of the new Scrub Daddy stuff in here, I like currently have absolutely nowhere to put it. I just don't have enough space. And I feel like this is already damaged. And it doesn't house very much, so it makes sense to get another Kallax like this kind of size, like exactly the same as these two units, and put it there. And then it's taller, it fits more, it's just more space efficient. So that's what we're doing. We have found an IKEA Kallax, but it's like 30-minute walk away, which isn't that bad. It's just that they are quite heavy, and obviously me and Harry don't have a car and we can't drive, so we're gonna have to do it on foot. We've been told it won't fit in a car. I'm not too sure about that. I'll keep you updated. I'm sure it's going to be absolute hell. I don't really know if anyone's going to be interested in videos like this, but I would like to just start showing you, not regularly or anything, but just every now and then, just like little snippets of my life. Also, for anyone wondering on a update on Cynthia, who is my lemon tree, this is Cynthia. I'm pretty positive she's dead, but I'm holding out. I want to make sure she's been leafless like this for about 6 months now. But I want to make sure that she's properly dead before I chuck her. And then this one doesn't have a name. This is a kaffir lime tree that my dad got for me. And same kind of vibe, just sticks. And has been this way for a little bit. But this one, when you like break off a leaf, a branch, sorry, or you know, scratch it a bit, it does still smell of lime. So I've been told online that's a sign that it's still alive. I don't know. Whereas this one doesn't smell of lemon. I'm pretty sure this is just dead. Yeah, that's my living room. And then Harry's phone on the floor. I don't know why his phone's on the floor. We look like drug dealers, like all the different content phones. Basically, we're going to pick up a storage Kallax unit from someone that we've seen a listing for on Facebook Marketplace. But it's a 30-minute walk there and back, and 30 minutes carrying it, it's gonna get sore. That's why I keep going, oh my God, I'm so scared. Everyone will be like, why are you saying you're scared, B? It's like, because I know this is gonna be pain. I've literally put on my Apple Watch for this. Because I'm getting my exercise points. But yeah, I have been going to the gym recently. I've been going to the gym like every day, every other day, about 5 days a week. So I'm hoping, you know, those gym sessions are gonna pay off. We're on our way. Whee! London. We're almost here. Feels like we've been walking for centuries. We just took it up the stairs. But this is how. Yay. I'm already sweating and out of breath. That's not a good sign. Guys, this isn't the vibe. It's not. I have actually been helping carry it, but we've realised we can't carry this 30 minutes away. I don't think it's an IKEA one. It's like really thick wood, like real wood. It's really heavy. So the plan is to get an Uber. That's what we're gonna have to do, because we can't do this. Absolute unit though.
Hopefully the Uber takes us. No, don't touch me.
Oh yeah, the Uber might not take us. But yeah, look at her. She's gonna be filled with cleaning products very soon. Also, look at this spot on my cheek. I've had it for like 6 days and it's just like, it's flat, but it's scarred so bad. But when I wear makeup, I've been putting like a little bit of brown eyeliner on it to just pretend it's a beauty mark. I'm in the Uber car, broom broom. We got it in, and our Uber driver was the nicest man ever. He was so sweet. Right, now time. I need to find some antibacterial spray really quickly. This one's almost done actually, and it does leak, so I can't take it on free cleans. So I'm gonna use this one. Well, it turns out I wasn't recording, and I've made my camera lens all gross. But I just sprayed down this entire thing. And I was just saying, I always do this. Just to be on the safe side, if you're bringing in like new furniture and whatnot, especially if it's secondhand, you might as well. Spray it, wait a few minutes for it to actually work and actually like disinfect, and we're good to go. And then once this has had just a very quick wipe down, look at Panda, bless him. No, you gotta stay away, baby. You can't be here, my angel, because it sprays. I'm gonna shut this room. Panda, get into the living room, please. Good boy, thank you, love you. I feel so bad, but I'll get him in a little bit. Right, I'm going to give this a wipe down. We'll see how dirty it is once we... It's not that bad. But yeah, it's best to just do it and then it's done. Then you don't have to worry about it. Just a quick wipe down, you know. It takes a few minutes. And look at that. Now all done. There's all our dirties down there. I'm going to chuck away this unit. And then we're going to be replacing that with this. Hopefully get a lot more storage space. Go a bit higher. Before that though, we're gonna go and get some breakfast because it's like 2 p.m. and me and Harry haven't eaten a thing yet. And we don't have any food in the fridge either because we've rarely been home. We're gonna do that now. Yatta! I know some of you might be thinking, oh, what is the point of these vloggy bits? And honestly, there is no point. It is literally just me sharing stuff with you. It might be boring, it might not be boring, but stuff like this, I'll agree, is weird. I've more included this for me to look back on because it wasn't too long ago that Harry and I couldn't afford to go out for breakfast just because we felt like it. Unless it was a big occasion, like someone's birthday, it was completely not on the table. Like even here, I was like, oh, we need new bed sheets, and we've been putting off buying bed sheets for the last like 10 months, and finally we were like, oh, let's just do it, we can do that now. Anyway, yeah, this probably seems so random, but I'm just reflecting because life has changed a lot since I started my social media account, and I'm very grateful for that. In other news, I've developed a bit of a special interest in supermarkets, and I'll be honest, it's not something I ever really thought about until I went to the Netherlands for a free clean, and I found myself in a supermarket and I was obsessed with it. Same with whenever I see my family in Mexico and we get to go to Chidwaris, I love it. It's made me realise it's a bit odd, but I love seeing supermarkets from over the world, like across the world. In a few weeks, I'm going to Philadelphia in America. First time in the USA, bit nervous. I'm going for work, obviously. But the first thing I want to do when I touch down in USA is go to a Target. I just need to experience it all. And when I do get to my Target in Philadelphia, I am going to record it. I might not post it online though, depending on how you guys react to seeing this little snippet from my life. You might be like, B, we literally couldn't give less of a poo. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. I love you, and I will see you literally next week with a big, juicy, long free cleaning vlog. Okay, see you there. Love you. Okay, it was a false goodbye. Just quickly to show you how the doom room turned out once I had unpacked all of the scrub daddy bits. Ta-da! Okay, I'm actually going now. Goodbye. Love ya.